guys? Jaydaniel here with Vic. We are the Sales at Home podcast, and today's episode we're going to talk about making money from home.
Yeah, I think it's pretty crazy how the internet's come along in the last 10 years, and people are now making money online, more money than they've ever made before working a corporate job. You've got people doing all sorts of stuff just to make money online, and I think it's really cool to kind of just get into what that is for people who are sitting in their job right now and they're just like, oh, I'm so tired of this job. I'm so tired of waking up early in the morning and going to work. I'm so tired of my boss. I don't want to have anything to do with this. Like, there's a reason why people are quitting their jobs, right? But if they quit their jobs and have nothing to look forward to, it's kind of like, dumb, I quit your job. So let's just get into some of the ways that people have made money.
Yeah, dude, isn't it interesting though? Like, because maybe 10 years ago, but bro, like 20, 30 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Like this, it wasn't even a thing, you know? I was just talking to my grandma, and she's almost 80, but she was saying like, yeah, I worked until I was 70. And, like a lot of people, they're like, yeah, I worked my whole life in here in a job. And it's like, it's interesting, right? Because now it's, I think relatively quickly, like we were just talking about the people we work with, like, dude, I'm closing for a company. The owner's like 23. Another guy, it's a 7-figure company, and another guy, right? He was offering me a position, and he was 19.
Yeah.
Now he's working, now he's working with Vic, and like it's like it's crazy. Like the internet has created a certain level of I think there's always been opportunity, but the kind of opportunity and like the amount of reach, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I talk to a lot of people in working in and out of the hospital, like I have for the past couple of years. The mentality of the generation now, the millennial generation and Gen Z, is that I don't need to be in this job for 40 plus years and retire here and go from the ground up. I don't need to work in the mailroom, work my butt off, and then get to be a CEO in a company. If I'm unhappy there, I don't have to be there. And you're seeing a lot of people quit their jobs. They're calling it the big quit or the mass exodus or whatever they're calling it. But you've seen a lot of people say, I don't have to put up with something I don't want to do. I don't have to be in a factory. I don't have to work in this hospital. I don't have to work in this office my whole life to collect a pension and retire. I can go make more money in the next year that I'm gonna get in my retirement. So why don't I just put the time and effort into doing something that I actually want to do and then grow from there? Look at Facebook. You've seen Facebook go from, hi, this is my family and friends that I haven't seen in years, to business. Like the vast majority of Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram is all business. It's all ads. It's all people trying to sell their product. And it can be annoying at times, but those people are just trying to make a buck, right? They're just trying to, fulfill their lives in a way that they couldn't before. And it's all because of the internet.
And it's interesting too, right? Because I feel like, man, it's weird, right? Like with the internet, because it's almost now everybody has the opportunity.
Yeah.
Like literally now everybody has the opportunity. But that means that it's kind of like back in the day, if you were on TV, you're cool because it was really hard to get on TV. You could have a terrible channel, people were going to watch it because there wasn't that much TV to watch, right? And to get on a TV station to have your own TV show is super expensive. Now it's like everybody has a voice, so it's really I don't know, I guess important to stand out,
Yeah, because everybody has the opportunity now, like you said. So everybody has the tools and the mechanisms to make money. So that means if you're going to make money, you've got to stand out, right? Yeah. So look at all of these platforms where people are making money right now. Like even OnlyFans, right? If people are making money on OnlyFans,
subscribe, guys. Subscribe to my OnlyFans.
They definitely got an OnlyFans. It's because they're standing out, right? It's because they're standing out. It's because they're advertising. It's because they're making people want to come to their site. And like, say what you want about OnlyFans and people who make money on OnlyFans, but what they're doing is they're putting themselves out there. They're advertising themselves. They're being a business owner in of themselves, and they're owning their assets. And because of that, they're making money. Dude, did I tell you I went on feetfinder.com?
You went on feetfinder.com.
Dude, okay, so I saw this YouTube ad or YouTube video, and this girl was like, I made $3,000 on feetfinder.com. And I was like, yeah, whatever. So I deep dive into all what she's talking about. I look at her YouTube, look at all this stuff. She made $3,000 on feetfinder.com.
As
So
you're talking, I'm like looking up what feet.
right. So I go on to feetfinder.com and I'm like, what's all this about, right? I can put pictures of my feet on the internet. I see there's like husband feet, there's like male feet categories. I'm like, bet. So I put my toes on feetfinder.com. I'm like, oh,
What
look
the fuck is this, bro?
hardwoods. Like, dude, I'm like, listen, if all these chicks can make money, why can't dudes make money on feetfinder.com too? Yeah, so subscribe to my Feet Finder, TNC, Deceiving Mocha on feetfinder.com.
Bro, I just pulled it up. That's interesting because it's like, obviously, like the people going back and forth on the platform making money, but the platform is probably making the most money for hosting it.
Yeah.
No, dude, it's in terms of like opportunity, because I know this video is a little more for people who are, looking at, making money in different ways, the internet, blah, blah, blah. Like, there's so many ways to go about it. And I think, I've sold a couple of different offers that were like, like opportunities, you can trade, you can have like an Amazon store, you can do stocks, like there's, crypto. There's almost so many opportunities that the reason people struggle is that they'll keep looking at them, and they won't rise because everybody has the opportunity to get into every single like online thing. Like I think the people that struggle, bro, are the people that don't just go really deep in one thing, right? Like sales, right? Yeah. Like me and you too, right? Like sales, like the last 2 years have been like honing a skill set, right? So now we can jump in and make 6 figures, right? But it's like that came from honing the skill set. Imagine instead of honing the skill set, we watch YouTube videos about Amazon FBA, watch YouTube videos about stock trading, watch YouTube videos about crypto trading, you know what I mean? Like it's there needs to be mastery to stick out these days, because there's now like in 2016 is when I first started like looking into like, different shit you could do, right? Yeah. And back then it was relatively new. I think now after 6 or 7 years of everybody wanting to have a brand or wanting to start an Amazon store and doing all these different things, I think now like you gotta really just focus on that thing. Dude, I signed up. Do you know who Andrew Tate is?
Yeah.
Just crazy dude you see everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I bought his Hustlers University thing for $49.
Okay.
I bought it and I got into it and I was looking at it and it's like, okay, cool, this is legit. I've heard of this. And it's like, as I start going through it, I'm going through all the tutorials. Because it's like I want some extra money while I'm doing sales. Like let's look at some stock stuff, dude. It's a whole fucking skill set.
Yeah.
Like literally, they have all these charts and these technical analyses and all these different things you have to learn. Like there's so much complexity to learn these skills that the only way to beat everybody else is to get really good at them.
Yeah, and I mean, look at Andrew Tate, for example. The dude's everywhere.
Fucking Andrew Tate, bro.
Everywhere. And why do you see him everywhere? Because he's mastering his corner, right?
Yep.
So one of the things that you've got to recognize when you're coming into online, making money online, is that everybody's trying to make money online and everybody's trying to sell you on their way to do it. So they're going to say, hey, don't do this over here because this is not the fastest way, or this is the easiest way, or this is the best way. And you're going to have everybody trying to pull you into their direction, that if you walk into making money online and you're just like wide-eyed and bushy-tailed and you're just grabbing at making money fast, you're going to fail. Or you're never going to get started because you're grasping at every straw in the pile, right? You've got to go in with the mentality of, okay, let me look and see what's around, but let me focus on one thing. Like you said, let me master one thing. Let me develop a skill. Anyone in any industry telling you, oh, you can make money super quick, you can make money fast, you can make money right now, blah, 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 no work necessary, they're lying to you. They're trying to sell you something.
Yep.
Making money always takes work. That is the one thing that is universal across all industries. If you're going to make money, it takes work. Even if you're scamming people, it takes work to scam people. So it's one of those things where it's like,
Literally.
you can't expect to come into the online money making space and make money tomorrow if you've done no work, no research. There's that research word again, but no, like,
Dude, it's the same. Like, just because it's online, it's the same shit as what's always been around, right? Because you could always learn a skill set and get to six figures, right? You can always learn how to mow a lawn and then, right, like make 5 to 10 grand a month just mowing lawns until you don't have any more time in your calendar, and then start to hire people and delegate to
yeah,
get to seven, right? It's the same thing, but learning, you know what I mean? But it's like learning the skill set, like it's just like you said, right? Instead of grasping at straws, you just commit. You don't even focus on the process. I think when people focus on the goal, right? I'm going to make this much money. I'm going to make this much money. Like they forget how important the process is.
yeah.
Like, dude, the process is everything. Like, you could literally, if you put your head down and you just follow the process to, you know what I mean? The process that'll build a 7-figure business, but you've never done anything a day in your life and you're stupid, but you just follow it and you don't even have a goal in your head, you're going to look up and be like, holy shit, I have a 7-figure business. How did this happen?
It's like JD loves to say, right? Success leaves clues.
Yep.
So if I come into this industry and I'm looking at some successful person, I'm going to look at the clues that made them successful. I'm going to look at everything that they did in order to get to where they are, and I'm going to follow along. I'm going to model that type of behavior.
Oh, one thing too. So for anybody watching, like, here's something that I've learned over the last couple of years that's very important. People who've gotten the result you want, sometimes they'll do one thing and they'll teach you another thing, right? It's free to watch what somebody's done that's made them millions of dollars, right? It costs a shit ton of money to buy a course, and the course may not be what they actually did, right? So, like, my best advice ever is look at what people actually have done and implement that, because just buying a course isn't necessarily going to save you. Because a lot of the time they're like, instead of just saying, this is what I did, this is what I did, they're like, okay, cool. How do we make the first video of the course and the second and the third? Okay, cool. How do we make money with this? Make the videos a little bit longer. All right, cool. $10,000. Here you go. Right? When what they're doing is what's getting the result. And I think that's something people need to be aware of.
Yeah. And you know what's the funny thing is, you're not going to see that if you come into this with a scarcity mindset. If you come in thinking, my bills are due tomorrow, I need to pay my bills, you're going to miss all of that. You're going to fall right for the marketing, because that's what's being drawn. That's what's supposed to grab you. If you're saying, hey, I need to make money right now, I need to do this right now because I got bills to pay, blah, 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 blah. Like, you're coming into it with a scarcity mindset and not a mindset of abundance, not a mindset of growth. So the thing that's made to attract that is going to catch you. It's like a fish in the water, right? If I'm full, that shining thing in the water, it doesn't bother me, right? It's just another thing. But if I'm hungry, that shining thing in the water, I'm going to grab at it. And that's how I get caught on that hook. When I'm caught on that hook, that's why I'm dinner, right?
Yeah.
So that scarcity mindset coming into anything, but especially sales, can trap you in so many different ways. But like you said, look at what they've done and not what they're selling you. But in order to do that, you got to take a step back and come at it from a mindset of growth and abundance instead of scarcity.
Dude, and it's interesting that I agree with that. I think when you're behind on bills and you're just desperately looking for a way to be successful, I think there's like two extreme there, right? There's like, now you're willing to do the work, right? And you're willing to do whatever it takes, but you're also like gullible, you know? I think I think that hunger is absolutely required, but you need to be smart. Like, you need to be, but not too smart, right? Some people are too smart, they think too much, but like, yeah, I think there needs to be a certain level of like, I'm taking ownership over my goal. Like, it's not going to be simple or easy, but I'm going to do whatever it takes to get there.
There's a difference between being hungry and starving.
Right.
If you're starving and you're trying to come into making money online, you're not going to be successful. Go drive for DoorDash. Go drive for DoorDash. Go do something. Go, pick up a McDonald's job or something. Get yourself right first. Get yourself a little bit of income coming in. Get yourself steady. and then come back to try to make money online when you're not starving. Because people say, oh, I'm hungry, I'm ready to go. But no, you're not hungry, you're starving.
Yeah. Can we switch? Can
Yeah.
we switch make money online though, bro? I feel like people I feel like that leads people to think the wrong thing, bro. It's like learn a skill, bro.
Yeah.
Just take 6 months to learn the skill. Because that's across, you know what I mean? That's across the board of everything. If you know the skill, you're gonna make money.
Yeah.
Right. Because what is making money? It's an exchange of value. You're solving a problem, right? If you don't have any skills and you go to the marketplace and say, pay me, they're gonna look at you like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Here's a true story, right? I bought a course with Ty Lopez, right? 5 years ago, right? He's like, hey, you can make $1,000 to $10,000 a month by selling marketing. I don't know what the fuck marketing was. I just saw a couple videos. I would walk up to people. I'd say, hey, let me do your marketing for you. I'll charge you $3,000 a month. I don't know what I'm offering you, but I'll charge you $3,000 a month, and you'll make money, right? And it didn't work because I didn't have a skill set. I don't know what I was talking about. Like if you just truly learn the skill set, right? You understand the lingo, the industry, like you're gonna be able to make money because you understand the exchange of value.
Yeah.
You know,
it's like just even with like Sales Mentor and Inbound Closer, that whole program, like people came in, yeah, like, I mean, I took the program. I came into it like, all right, let's see what they're talking about. They're talking about I can make money. Like, let's see what's going on. They're talking about I can develop this sales skill that's going to teach, make me thousands, millions of dollars, right? Whatever.
yeah.
So I come into it. I listen to this program, and I'm coming to it from a place of, all right, let me be skeptical, but like in a healthy way. So
Yeah.
I'm skeptical enough to pay attention. And I see this guy, Peyton, talking about, this is what I did. This is why I'm a top closer, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, but wait, isn't your brother the business owner? So if your brother's the business owner, you're telling me that it's because of your skill. No, it's because you networked your way into that job. Whether you tried to or not, your brother gave you a leg up. He Donald Trumped you into that job. Not taking anything away from you. You may be really good at what you're doing, but you're there because your brother put you there. So in my head, I'm like, all right, that means what I got to do is I got to go do the same thing that he's doing. And I got to go put myself in positions, find people who are going to put me in positions to be successful. Does that mean I need to pay any more to these people for any more training, any more whatever? No, it doesn't, because they're trying to sell me that all I need is this training. When in reality, I need to network my way into that. I need to, look into finding people with opportunities that I can develop and that I can grow in and that I can leverage to grow into something else. And that's exactly how I became where I'm at right now. I left Sales Mentor. I started finding little jobs here and there to do. I shouldn't say Sales Mentor. I left the Inbound Closer program, and I went to find, little odd jobs I could do. Found this job that was, all right, I need you to cold call, blah, 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 blah. So I was like, you know what? How can I leverage this? I don't have a lot of time. I've got little kids, right? At the time I had a 2-year-old and a newborn, right? I'm like, how can I leverage this to make this better for me? So I was like, all right, let me start an agency. So I hired people under me to go out and cold call for me. I would make some calls. They would make a bunch more calls. I negotiated a 45% commission for myself from these cold calls. And I said, listen, if you guys make a sale, I'll give you 15% of my commission. So I was like, all right, it's a fair game. Let's just go out, blah, blah, blah. I set up a whole system, and that's how my first agency was born. Did we make any money? No. Why? Because I didn't have the skill set, right? I didn't have the knowledge. I put the work in without the knowledge of how to put the work in and what to do.
Right.
And then I met JD, and JD was like, you know what? This is what we're going to do. I'll bring you into my program. I'll teach you some things, and then I'll have you build this the right way. So that's why we're doing what we're doing right now with Undeniable Sales and Staffing. We've built out a successful sales agency based on the right tools and the right knowledge to do so. But how did I get there? How did I get here? I went out, I put work in, and I networked my way in. I didn't take a bunch of training to get here. I didn't I didn't pay $10,000 to someone to teach me how to sell. I didn't need that. What I needed was how to build this business. How do I go from no money to money? How do I go from non-successful to success? And what that is just putting the work in, building those skill sets and building that necessary network around me to get to where I'm at right now. And I think that, like you said, it's not about making money. It's about developing the skills, And those skills lead you to tons more opportunities that rise above money.
100%. Yeah, no, dude, I think that should be the mindset. Like, I'm
Yeah.
developing skills. What's like the best way to do it? Like, how do I improve? Like, what is the next bottleneck for me? Right. Because I remember when I was trying to run the agency, like the bottleneck was like, oh shit, I don't know how to sell. Right. It's like, oh shit, I don't know how to market. Right. And it's like you got to figure out what the, like, if you're doing sales, right? Let's say like, you have a client, you're closing for them, right? But now your close rate isn't that high. The obstacle is like, how do I improve my close rate, right? Like, what was my most recent challenge, right? Like, somebody said no, somebody said this, somebody said that. Like, okay, cool. How do we overcome that? What triggered that? Um, I think that's just the mindset across the board, right? And I think, I don't know, dude. I think whether you buy a course or not, your focus needs to be getting the skill, because that's what's going to help you get paid,
Yeah.
right?
And it's the skill that you learn from what's taught, not relying on them to do it for you, but you relying on yourself to learn what it is and apply it. And the trap is all of these programs have a done for you option, right? Done for you, here's messaging scripts. Done for you, here's this. Done for you, here's that. Done for you, done for you, done for you. When in reality, nothing is done for you. You have to go and put the work in and do it yourself. Done for you is a marketing tool. It's a marketing tool to get you to spend a couple hundred more bucks, right? And it's like, it's very, very effective because people are very, very gullible coming in from a starving mindset instead of that mindset of abundance.
Yeah, no, I think man, I think true done for you, bro, is like, I pay you this and I'm getting, like, I think something like, let's say like you're buying like an Amazon store or something, bro, right? I think that's like a true done for you. I give you money, I get paid every, you know, like I think but also there's the element, there's the element of like thinking, right? Because I think the best way to get good at business is to learn how to think.
Yeah.
And that comes from like, what's my problem, how do I solve it, like, what's the problem in front of me, how do I solve it, right? You need to, if you don't trust yourself, you're never gonna, you know what I mean? If you don't trust yourself, you're not gonna survive in business or in life, really, right? If you don't trust yourself enough to like be able to analyze your problems and make decisions and fail and get back up, like, you're not gonna get very far.
Yeah.
You know?
If you're coming into working and like making money online, right? If you're coming into that
Yeah.
fresh and new, and you're not willing to work twice as hard as you're working right now in your current opportunity, you're going to fail. Because you think about your current opportunity, wherever you're at, your current job, your 9 to 5, it's been set up, has been put together by a corporation, a business owner, and all of these things are in place for you to be successful at this job, whether it's mopping floors or filing papers or whatever you're doing. It's been set up for you to be successful there, right? So if you're coming into making money online and to learning these skills, and you're not willing to put in twice as much work to build that for yourself, you're going to fail.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, anybody, like we talked about OnlyFans and Feet Finder and all that, my Feet Finder is never going to make me money. You know why? Because I'm not putting work into marketing. I'm not putting work into taking good pictures. I'm not putting work into painting my toenails. I'm not putting work into making myself look good on feetfinder.com. No, myfeetfinder.com is a joke, right? But there are people who are putting in the work and the effort and making money. And that's every industry. And Feet Finder is hilarious, but it's the concept is the same no matter where you go. If you're in sales, if you're in marketing, if you're in stocks, if you're in crypto, if you're not willing to put the work in and you're not willing to work hard, you're not going to make money. It's all about learning those skills to work hard to make that money.
Agreed. You know what's interesting? I feel like a lot of and this is like the kind of the employee trap, right? Because when you're an employee, you're basically taught to not think that much, right?
Yeah.
To think very limitedly. But I feel like in general, bro, like society kind of, the way it works nowadays, it takes away from people's ability to think. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, don't think, let the authority think for you. Even in like a lot of courses that I've been in, or like a lot of environments or masterminds I've been in, like, even the questions other people ask, and even a lot of the questions I would ask when I was getting started, like, they're very you can tell from the question, the person hasn't thought through what they're asking at all. They just expect you to think of the answer. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, if you gave this 15 seconds of thought, you could have asked a much better question. So I think most people coming into it genuinely don't know how to think. It's crazy, but they or maybe they know how to think, but they're like avoiding it. Like it's a bad thing. Like I don't trust myself, so I'm not even gonna try to think. I need you to think for me. Right. And I think that's a very dangerous mindset, because if you're not like, because that's what it is, dude. Business is, you're just fucking thinking all day, bro. You're just thinking all day. Like every action, you know what I mean? Like it's like, what's the best move? How do we improve? How do we scale? Where did I mess up? How do I? And that's why sales. I know there's a million ways to get into like, like business online or whatever. Like I think sales is the best way, because the only way to get better at sales is to think like a business owner. The only way to get better in sales is like, where did I mess up on? Where do I need to improve? How do I get better? And then you get paid in proportion to the improvements you make. It's the perfect gateway into business. So most people just don't know how to think, bro.
I think the best salespeople have themselves set up as a business. They have a CEO,
right?
They've got a marketing team, they've got a sales team, and they've got fulfillment, right? So their CEO says, how do I make decisions? How do I think? How do I put myself in the best place to be successful? Their marketing team says, all right, now I'm going to put myself out there so that everybody else can see that my CEO is on point. My CEO knows what he's talking about. Now I'm going to market myself in a way that attracts people. Then I'm going to sell myself to anyone and everyone who's looking. I'm going to make sure that they want me, that they're curious about me. And then I'm going to fulfill. I'm going to make sure that I put the work in to everything that I've sold, all my marketing, to make sure my CEO is on point, that they look good, because I'm going to fulfill everything that I've promised. And every good salesperson has all four of those things locked in. And every good salesperson thinks of themselves that way. And they think of themselves as, all right, my CEO, I need to fix these things. Let me evaluate what's going on in my marketing. Let me evaluate what's going on in my sales. Let me evaluate my fulfillment. And let me make sure that I'm doing the best that I possibly can. And if you can set yourself up in your head, do you need to go out and become get an LLC or an S Corp or whatever and do all of that? No, you don't. But what you need to do is have all of that internalized. Have all of that set up in your own self and who you are, because that's the way that you're going to be successful.
Powerful. Guys, thanks for sticking through, watching the video. Let me know down below what you took away from this. And this has been the Sales at Home podcast.
Yeah. If you guys have any questions and you guys want to talk to us about anything, any topics that you guys would like us to cover in future episodes, drop it in the comments. Send us an email at salesathomepodcast@gmail.com. Hit us up on our social medias. Watch us on YouTube. Let us know. Like, we want this to be as interactive as possible. We're going to be bringing on some guests that should be really impactful for you guys. And we just want to make sure that we're doing the best we can to deliver the best product to you. So in the meantime, we love you guys watching. Thank you so much for being loyal followers and watching us at the Sales at Home podcast. I'm the Ninja Closer, and that's Jaydaniel, and we're out. Thanks for watching Sales at Home podcast. If you loved our content and would like to see more, please hit that like, subscribe, and that notification bell to make sure that you don't miss out on any episodes coming up. If you'd like to see more of Jaydaniel, click here. If you'd like to see more of the Ninja Closer, click here. If you'd like to get your questions answered by us on our show, email us at salesathomepodcast@gmail.com or DM us on Instagram. Peace.